Good morning. We are very pleased to be here today and say a few words about what we are doing in Poland in terms of innovations and venture capital market. Just briefly about Polish Development Fund. We are local development institutions. Our main priority is to strengthen local capital markets for very early stage to more mature, even public markets. Venture capital is our top priority, and we have just launched the largest in the region platform of venture capital funds. I don't have the Steve. Pilot.
Marco, we need you.
Marco, we need you here.
Yeah. What do you want me to do?
I remember the presentation, but
they didn't
we
give
don't
you a
have
clicker?
Steve.
Here you go.
Okay, thank you very much.
My apologies.
No worries.
I remember, but I would like to show to the people. Just briefly about Polish investment case. We believe that as economy we're in kind of sweet spot, growing steadily over the last more than 20 years with non-year of negative GDP growth in Poland. Current growth momentum is also quite positive, 4% this year, expected also for next year. Historically lowest unemployment, highly growing productivity. It's sixth largest European Union economy with more than 38 million of population. What is also quite interesting, Poles are becoming more and more educated. There is more than 30% of population below 40 with higher education in Poland. We have in recent years significantly improved also the infrastructure for innovation. There is more and more incubators, accelerators. We try to facilitate the cooperation between large corporations and universities. Of course, there is still plenty of work to do in this respect, but the ecosystem is really improving. And what Polish Development Fund did last year, we have opened €5 million VC platform in the fund of fund structure. Małgorzata will tell a little bit about it in a minute. What we are aiming is to build the leading VC market in Europe, and here we present that already the large corporations are going to Poland. In the last few years, more and more large corporations in different industries, from life science to automotive, of course in IT, which is a kind of specialization in Poland, have opened R&D centers in our country. We believe that this is very much complementary to what we are doing in VC space, because it's produced a lot of talented people, more and more experienced people who are also capable to create their own business startups, and we see this as the very good momentum to strengthen also the venture capital space in Poland.
I don't need it. So, as Paweł said, PFR Ventures is a venturing arm of Polish Development Fund with 500 million euros under management and 34 professionals, dedicated professionals, to invest those funds through 5 fund of funds. The first one, Starter, we launched in June, and this fund is focused to enhance and to help to build the new first-time teams. Business, this is the fund which actually helped to create the professional business angels network ecosystem. Open Innovation, the VC funds created within this fund will aim to look for R&D projects. And these 3 funds, PFR Starter, PFR Business, and PFR Open Innovation, these funds, they have a strong asymmetry of profits for private investors. The 2 funds, CVC, Corporate Venture Capital, and Coffee, these are pari passu model. These are working like EBRD or EIF, generally speaking. Coffee is focused, or the VC created within coffee funds will be focused on growth and expansion stage, and it's very agnostic in terms of the projects, investment projects. In CVC, you need to have one corporation at least to create this fund. We are going to create something between 40 and 60 venture capital funds within 2, maximum 3 years' time. So I think that it will be the largest fund of funds in this CE region, looking from the perspective of the funding and the quantity of the funds created. And actually we're here because we are looking for international teams, for international GPs and LPs to come to Poland and to help us to apply for our fundings and to help us to create professional venture capital markets. Because we are very young. What Paweł said, that within this 10 years, a lot of in R&D happened, and venture capital is like 10 years old. So we are still in the developing phase.
Yes, we are in the developing phase, but to build the strong innovation ecosystem in Poland is really at the heart of the current economic policy. And what we are doing is not only we are building this fund-of-fund platform as a Polish development fund, where we will work as a kind of cornerstone investor for VC funds, but we are doing also a lot of complementary initiatives to support the ecosystem. One initiative we are launching next year is dedicated for startups. It is called Polska Prize. It's a kind of accelerator dedicated to startups. Another initiative we would like to launch this year is not dedicated directly to VC, but is natural step to build the complete capital market in Poland. We would like to open fund of funds dedicated to private equity industry in Poland. So we would like to welcome you in Poland. We would like to invite you to cooperate with Polish Development Fund as a co-investors, as a management team who could apply for our fund of funds. And of course, we would like to welcome all the project startups in Poland, because the access to financing in recent years could be really easy. So thank you very much.
Thank you.
As one final word, in investments, you know that, of course, this is very much about having great ideas and ability to seek business opportunities, but it's also about timing. And I'm sure that this is the right time to invest in Poland. So thank you very much.
Thank you. Thank you.